Hey guys, today I'm heading to the creek side. Nice little sandy area, so easy to dig through to get some sticks lodged in. And we're going to try and make a little shelter. Now I've got this nice area at the base of a tree that's fallen down we can use to kind of lodge some sticks against. And we're going to see if with my limited knowledge of bushcraft, I'm no expert even though I do a bushcraft channel, we're going to see if we can whip something together. So come along with me for the ride and we'll see what we can do. Alright, now if you're a fan of my bush life series, this is probably a place familiar to you. Been here many times. This is where I got my logs for the encampment when I was in those floods. Now obviously you can probably see around there's heaps of logs still washed up here, sticks that I can use to see if I can put myself something together right here. However, let's not forget, this isn't how to bushcraft, this is how not to bushcraft, because quite simply, my knowledge of putting together a shelter is very on the minimum. Yeah, I'm still learning, but for the time being, we're doing more of a how you don't want to do it over how you do want to do it. So if you're looking for something professional, not here, but if you're looking for something dumb and funny, right here. So without any further ado, I think we should start getting an idea of where we're going to kind of go around here. In my memory, this was more of the underside of a tree. It isn't actually in reality. It is more of a kind of dam, if you will, just a bunch of logs that are built up from all the floods and kind of created a natural barrier. But my mind just remembered it as the underside of a tree. But we can still work with this. So what I'm going to do is we're going to start gathering up some sticks, putting them in a pile, and then we can try to figure out what we're going to kind of work with here. Oh. I'm okay. No, my shoe's stuck. We're great. Let's try that again, shall we? That could have gone better. Oh, this is useless. So this stick here could be a good stick for our base. I'm going to put that here. Ooh. Oh, nice trick. Try not to get myself impaled in the head or anywhere else, because not healthy. And I try to stay reasonably healthy as long as I don't feel too depressed. So we're doing our best. Oh, come on. Oh, that was like I was like fully embracing for a bit, like big tug to get that out, and it just kind of popped off. I feel like that's probably the better option, so glad we had that. Oh. That was nearly a catastrophe now, wasn't it? Oh. That didn't go right. I need another log to kind of use as my base log for the ground. This one's good, you see. It's got this little hook part on top. I can wedge a stick in there over the top and make kind of like a roof out of it. But I still need one, roughly the same length, to go on the other side so we can put a stick over the top. And well, it's kind of hard to explain, I'm very good at explaining, so best we just go and show. But of course, if you are enjoying, consider subscribing, because there's plenty more where this came from. In fact, you don't even have to wait for me to upload next, because there's heaps of stuff ready to be watched. So, go! Oh, that wasn't too graceful now, was it? Ah, that was once again very anticlimactic, but it should do the trick. Alright, we're going to start digging some holes now with our shovel. I'm feeling a bit uncomfortable because my tripod is half leaning into the creek. And yeah, this isn't something I'm too happy with actually. We're going to find somewhere else for this thing. I think it's fine. Let's get this first stick in. Didn't want to get my hands muddy, so seems I've been left no choice. Oh yuck! It feels all sorts of wrong. Ooh, not a fan. Oh yuck! No, I don't like that feeling. Oh no, don't like that at all. Don't like that at all. Oh, ooh. Creeks are oily as well for some reason, which isn't ideal. Well, that's the best I'm going to get in this water. However, it is up, so that's great. Thankfully this area is a little bit less muddy. Sand I can deal with. Yeah, I have no idea if this is even going to work. The more I look at this, the more I definitely think to myself, we have 100% pulled our how not to bullcraft? Bullcraft. Yeah, as I was saying before I fumbled my words, me English. Hasn't been English in Lakeland. Lakeland? Oh my. We really aren't Englishing today. Now, the more I look at this, the more I realise I have 100% pulled how not to bushcraft. Let me explain what my idea was, and then we're going to see how it's going to turn out. Essentially, the idea was, right, with these two here, lean a stick through them, and then lean the other sticks up there against the stick across here as a kind of roof. Now, in theory, good idea. And if executed properly, 100% could work. But this is me we're talking about. So, most certainly hasn't been the most proper execution you can imagine. I guess all we can do now is see how much of this we can actually complete, and see how badly we have how not to bushcraft today. Right now, firstly we've got to figure out which stick we're going to put across as the kind of support stick. And if it's even going to hold that is a big question on its own, so let's find out. Alright, setting this thing up was quite literally, like, you know when you've got those those cards and you make those little houses out of that, you've got to be so careful putting one on top of the other, because once like breath or wrong movement will topple the whole thing. Yeah, that's what it felt like setting this up. Now you may have still had to put another little branch in to kind of give it a bit of extra support as well, because the left side was leaning a bit just because it isn't in that muddier ground and it's just sand, it's a lot looser. So it wasn't able to get the proper support it needed on that side. It probably would have needed to be dug a lot deeper and have a better stick, as well as a better support on the right side, because up here could be better. But while it isn't exactly a pass, it isn't exactly a fail, because I did get a form of structure here standing, which is more than I expect usually. So far, I'm not going to say success, but we successfully how not to bushcrafted, which is more of the goal of the series. And at the end of the day, we're learning new tips and tricks and what not to do next time. Overall, I have to say, we didn't do too bad. You know, while it's not much, I have to say I myself am quite happy with this little achievement. Someone who's just not very good at bushcraft, but still enjoys it. Any kind of structure standing is a bonus for me. And we had fun along the way. So I would say still worth it. Just because we failed doesn't mean we failed overall. Failure is just a lesson for the next attempt. And this here is just one thing among my many steps to maybe one day creating something professional. And hey, maybe I will. But in the meantime, you can just look forward to more how not to bushcrafts, because at the moment I am the pro and expert when it comes to that. Okay, just coming around though, the back of this thing, there's a tyre in there. It's funny the things the floods wash up. But I would like to take this time to now just say thanks for watching, especially if you made it this far. I really appreciate it. I really do put my time and effort as much as I can into these videos with the budget I can work with. I try to do the best I can and make these videos as good as I can, so any support means everything. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this one, and I guess all that's left to do now is head back on up and start planning the next adventure.